When the preaching work was getting started in such countries as South Korea, Jehovah often used missionaries to help strengthen our brothers. In an archived interview, Brother Jong-il Park describes the effect this had on his sacred service and how it prepared him for the trials he would face.
From 1939 on, our brothers didn't have any contact with Jehovah's organization. And they thought that no organization exists. And then in 1948, a brother read from a newspaper about the activity of Watchtower Society. And it surprised the brothers. So brothers wrote to the society, and the society was so happy hearing from Korean brothers, and they answer with many booklets in Korean. There were two different reactions. Some brothers was excited about preaching work, yet another group questioned, is that true organization of Jehovah? First missionary group, Brother and Sister Steele, arrived in August 9th, 1949. All the questions were answered by Brother Steele, and then right away, brothers were preaching in unity. I began pioneering in January 1950, and then March 1950, 6 more missionaries arrived from Gilead School. We had only one congregation in Seoul, and the missionaries were busy for many Bible studies. So many interested persons coming to the meetings. The public talk was arranged in school auditorium, first time. And there were over 360 people attended, whereas the publishers was about 60. The same day, Korean War broke out, and the missionaries had to leave on 27th of June to Japan. And then our brothers had to take refuge to southern part of Korea. I was hiding in the country. Then a few days later, the secret police from communists found us. We explained to him, as a Christian, we cannot participate in the war. So we had to hide ourselves. And then he says, well, I do not know much about religion, so I better take one of my friends who knows about religion. So I will come back tomorrow. Don't leave from here. So then we waited until next day, and he came with another. So I started preaching from the Bible that why this war broke out and many problems in the world, so on, because the fulfillment of Jesus' prophecy in Matthew 24. Then they say that, well, thank you very much for your preaching, and then say goodbye. Then 2 days later, the latter one came with another friend so that we could preach to them. During 3 months, they were staying in Seoul, and in fact, they protected us. I was picked by South Korean Army and to serve the back support of the military in front line, to carry arms to the soldiers, which I could not accept. So I refused it. And then I was beat. And then one day, this company has to move to other place. I hide myself in the behind of ceiling, and so that they don't notice when they leave the place. And the next morning, when I came down, there were nothing left. I walked on one street toward one direction, and then I found a sign says International Bible Students Association. So I stayed with the brothers for 6 months. Brother Steele came back from Japan by himself so that take care of the brothers. In 1952, Brother Steele recommended me to Gilead School so that I was invited in 22nd class. So I took the steps to get the passport. And then the government found out that I didn't serve military. They gave me the draft notice instead of passport. So I had to stand for the neutrality instead of going Gilead School, which made me to be confined in military prison for 2 years. Then 1958, I was enrolled Gilead School in 32nd class. I really appreciate that great Gilead School training, since my job in the branch, especially in translation work, and translation work involves much deep knowledge, and the Gilead training was certainly helped on translation work. The real appreciation about the truth and the organization, the brothers' qualities, the humbleness and meekness, certainly it helped me to follow the examples to apply in the full-time service.
Did you note what Brother Parks said he appreciated most, even after enduring persecution and prison for his faith? It was the Christ-like qualities of his brothers and the training he received from Jehovah's organization. Another example of the benefits that result from our meeting together. If you'd like to find more ways to imitate Brother Parks' faith, you can read his life story beginning on page 12 of the December 2008 issue of Awake.